Macmillan Audio presents How to Walk Away by Katherine Center. Read for you by Thérèse Plummer. Chapter 1. The biggest irony about that night is that I was always scared to fly. Always. Ever since I was old enough to think about it. It seemed counterintuitive, even a little arrogant. Why go up when gravity clearly wanted us to stay down? Back in high school, my parents took my big sister Kitty and me to Hawaii one year. I dreaded the flight from the moment they told us until well after we were home again. The phrase, flying to Hawaii, translated in my head to drowning in the ocean. The week before the trip, I found myself planning out survival strategies. One night, after lights out, I snuck to Kitty's room and climbed into her bed. I was a freshman and she was a senior, which gave her a lot of authority. "What's the plan?" I demanded. Her face was half buried in the pillow. "The plan for what?" "For when the plane hits." She opened an eye. "Hits what?" "The ocean, on the way to Hawaii." She held my gaze for a second. "That's not gonna happen." "I have a bad feeling," I said. "Now you're jinxing us." "This is serious. We need a survival strategy." She reached out and patted my bangs. "There is no survival strategy." "There has to be." "No," she shook her head. "Because if we don't crash, we won't need one. And if we do crash..." She paused so I could catch her drift. "We won't need one?" A nod. "We'll just be dead." Then she snapped her fingers. "You make it sound easy." "Dying is easy. It's not dying that's hard." "Guess you have a point there." She closed her eyes. "That's why I'm the brains of the family." "I thought I was the brains," I said, nudging her. She rolled away. "You know you're the beauty." Impossibly, we survived that trip. Just as impossibly, I survived many more trips after that, never hitting anything worse than turbulence. I'd read the statistics about how flying was the safest of all the modes of transportation, from cars to trains to gondolas. I'd even once interned at an office right next to an international airport and watched planes go up and come down all day long with nary a problem. I should have been long over it. But I never could lose the feeling that flying and crashing were kind of the same thing. Now, years later, I was seriously dating, a guy who was just days away from getting his pilot's license. Dating him so seriously, in fact, that on this particular Saturday, as we headed out to celebrate my not yet but almost official new dream job, I could not shake the feeling that he was also just about to ask me to marry him, like any second. Which is why I was wearing a strapless black sundress. If I'd thought about it, I might have paused to wonder how my boyfriend, the impossibly fit and charming Charles Philip Dunbar, could be 100% perfect for me in every possible way, and also be such an air travel enthusiast. He never thought twice about flying at all, or doing anything scary for that matter, like scuba diving or bungee jumping. He had an inherent faith in the order of the universe and the principles of physics and the right of mankind to bend those principles to its will. Me? I'd always suspected that chaos was stronger than order. When it was man against...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?